Hey everyone, thank you for joining me on our YouTube channel, Flippin' Hippos. I'm Star. If you're new here or you have not already, please consider subscribing. It helps us feed all of our hungry hippos, and don't forget to hit the thumbs up as you're listening, as that does help the channel out. If you're not in our Facebook group, I do always got to plug it in every video because it's a really great group. It's a very positive atmosphere by design and a great place to learn and just make friends in the reselling community. Today, we're talking about setting up a bullet journal. We have a few weeks left of 2022. We'll be getting into 2023. So it is time to start talking about getting organized, getting routines in place, having to-do lists, having a clear calendar, good routines, good processes. These are all videos I've been making a ton of in December and getting you guys ready to be more productive and more organized for 2023. That has been the theme on this channel, and you would be remiss if you didn't talk about bullet journals and calendars and schedules and all of that, and if you're talking about getting organized for a new year. What you'll need is a blank journal. You can be fancy. You can be non-fancy, and you can get just a blank journal you can find for a couple bucks in most places. Just something, this one's hardcover. You can go get a 50-cent notebook from Walmart, but you need a blank notebook. So it can be a nice fancy journal or just a notebook of your choosing. But you do need a blank book. You can get a pre-printed planner, like the one I've actually been using for 2022. I don't like it as much. Don't tell Keith I said that. This was a gift from him last Christmas for this year, and it's actually specifically made for people who read a lot. So it has places in here. It has a lot of cute stickers about books, and it had a lot of places in here to fill out the books that you read and rate them. It's cute if you're a reader, and I did like that. It's pretty. It's got pretty little tabs and things for each month. It is a very, very nice journal, and I did enjoy the parts about the books and the lists and the reading lists and all that. The one thing I don't like about having the pre-printed calendars, though, that's pretty much all I can do with this one. I can keep track of my books and my calendar. When you have a bullet journal, it's a blank journal that you're going to fill in with anything you want. And this is why I really like bullet journals, because you have your schedule in there, but you have every other important thing in the whole entire world. You can have a packing list. You can have your medication list. You can have phone numbers, addresses, birthdays. So it's like a calendar, a planner, an address book. It's everything. We have a list. And every year I rewrite it in my new journal of everything we need to get together for tax time, just so we make sure we have everything before we sit down and do them. I did show you guys in my moving video how we kept track of everything for the move. I just really like them because you can put whatever you want. In fact, you can use a black pen and only ever write in it in a black pen. Or you can get fancy and you can color code. You can get stickers. If you're talented, you can doodle and draw on them. I have friends that paint in theirs. I'm not artistically talented, so I just stick to the color coding and the stickers. But I do go and write in here everything like you would in a normal planner. Everything coming up that we need to do. I write in the day my bills are due, so I know that morning to go online and pay them. So I use it like a normal planner, but then I spend 10 minutes every Sunday and just kind of go over that last week. And anything I want to remember, I'll write in. So it's kind of like a journal too. So you have your planner, but then you're writing in, I don't want to forget that Wednesday we paid for this, or Friday we went to eat here, or Saturday my kid said this and it was really funny. I mean, I'm going to show you how to basically lay out a bullet journal, but what you put in it is up to you. It is your journal and your planner. You can write your goals. You can write your budget. You can write your feelings and your thoughts, whatever you want to do. But the very first thing you want to do is you want to put a future log. What is a future log? Well, because this is a blank notebook, it's not a pre-set up planner. Unless you're feeling really advantageous, you're probably not going to be doing more than 1 to 3 months set up at a time. I'll show you. I have January through April here. So if anything happens after April that I need to know, that I need to remember, I would write here, because I've only got this set up through April for now. And then as the year progresses, I will set up more months, and then I will know. So if I get a doctor's appointment for May, I could put it here. And then when I set up May, I would check my future log and put anything in there. After your log, you want to have an index. This is how you stay organized with the bullet journal, because again, you're going to set up maybe 3 months, and then you're going to have other stuff in between that and the next month, and you're going to number your pages. After the index, you will number your pages. Okay, so in your index, you can see the month of January, February, March, April, and then I have them broken down by weeks. So I have an overview of the month, and then I have it broken down into weeks. And then I have a page set aside for video ideas, a page set aside for routines, and zones. If you don't know what zones are, follow Fly Lady. She'll tell you. Fly Lady is all about getting organized and cleaning a little bit each day so you don't overwhelm yourself once a week, or spring cleaning once a year. She has your house broken up into zones that you clean for 10 or 15 minutes a day. I like Fly Lady, and I keep track of my zones, tax prep list, packing list, current meds. So after the index, you'll start numbering your pages. And I usually set up January through March or April, and then I'll go from there later in the year. I do color code, so you can see January's cold, so it's blue. And this is really what it looks like. It doesn't look like a normal calendar with squares or anything. You just write the month, how many days, what day of the week it is, and then you can put in like Martin Luther King Day. I've got notes here if I need to know anything. Somebody's having a birthday. And then February is pink and red. And I do write in the federal holidays, so when I go to fill in my weekly thing, I know which days we don't have shipping. March. And then April's like spring, so I like to do pink and green. And I made a mistake. I was watching Home Alone while I was setting this up. I wasn't paying attention to what I was doing, and I wrote something wrong, so I cut my white out and just whited it out and wrote over it. Not trying to be a perfectionist here. So here's what the week setup looks like. I got the dates up at the top there, January 2nd through the 8th. And what I usually do, because all journals are different, they all are spaced out different and have a different amount of lines, I'll usually just count them and try my best to do an even amount between the days. Okay, and then so I did that all the way through. And I can go in ahead of time and mark in what I need to do. It's just like a planner. It's exactly like a planner, but you're setting it up. And I'm not quite, through with this one yet. Set it up for the beginning of the year. There's more things I want to add. And then as the year goes on, of course, I'll add more. Here's 2021. This is an example of what ends up getting added. So I've got months in here, routine zones, moving lists. I got to-dos and projects, tax prep list, into year goals, new packing list. I put in when we moved, we had to put my bigger plush inside of Ben's. So I actually I had a list in here of where the plush was located and what clothing bin. I've got daily, weekly routines. So, you can just, it's yours. The only thing I absolutely recommend is when you open it up and you first start a new one, keep a future log. I mean, unless you're going to be like that person who sits down and sets up 12 of these all at once. But when you set up your months, you also want to set up your weeks, and that's a whole lot. I only like to do a couple months at a time. So you have your future log, and then the next 2 pages you should set aside for your index. Set up a couple of months, set up any list you know you're going to need right away. And everybody's life is different. You may need a whole page for your pets and your veterinarians. You may need a whole page for things to help take care of your parents. You may need things for your kids' school. Whatever you need. Put it in here. Number the pages and keep an index. And that is how you set up a bullet journal. And what you put in it is up to you. The only thing I absolutely recommend is the future log. The index page is so super important in numbering the pages so you can find stuff as you add to it all year. I would do a whole month overview and then weekly. Some people do daily, but then you're going to go through your journal really fast if you do a page for every day. But if you need a page for every day, if you have a lot going on, do a page for every day and do several journals a year. If you have any questions, comments, or concerns, let me know down below. Thanks for watching, guys. Go be productive. Go get your bullet journal set for 23. And I'll see you next time. Bye.